guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Reby Marie. So my channel basically focuses on all things credit. I have 15 plus years in the financial industry. So that's consumer lending, dealing with credit cards, mortgages, and then I also went over to the side where I was helping students that defaulted on student loans, giving them different options and helping them get out of the default with those student loans and start back rebuilding their credit. Whenever I talk about credit, I get excited. Credit is a good thing. People look at credit sometimes that it's not a good thing. Credit is a good thing if you use it correctly. Now, if you are using credit and you have no intention on paying the money back, or you're using credit cards and you're maxing them out, of course credit is going to hurt you. But if you're using credit and you're using credit responsible, it's a good thing. Guys, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. In this video, I want to talk about how to build credit when you don't have credit history. I have 5 ways to help you build credit to get started, and that's if you never had credit, or if you had credit and you kind of messed it up, you're trying to reestablish yourself, get back started. I want to give you 5 tips that'll help you get the ball going. Tip number 1 is to ask somebody to add you as an authorized user on their credit card. Now, this is a tricky one. You want to make sure you are asking somebody that is responsible and you trust them and you know that they are responsible when it comes to credit, because this can hurt you. If they are not paying their credit card on time, if they're maxing it out, that's going to report to your credit bureau, and that can hurt you and hinder you from establishing what you're trying to establish or do what you're trying to do with your credit. So please, please, please make sure it's somebody that you 100% trust. I would recommend that you do this for maybe 6 months to a year. After you see that your credit is moving in the right direction, your credit score is increasing, or you see that you have a credit score and maybe you can apply for some credit cards on your own, I would recommend you ask the person to remove you as an authorized user. Tip number 2, you can get credit for paying your utilities, like your water bill or your electric bill. You can get credit for paying those things, even your cell phone bill. I would recommend that you use Experian Boost. They'll help you get all the information you need to figure out what you need to do to have those utilities reported to your credit bureau. But if this is something you decide to do, please make sure that you're paying these bills on time. Because if you decide to have this reported to your credit bureau and you're not paying them on time, you're paying 60 to 90 days late. That 60 to 90 days late is going to report to your credit report, and that's not serving you any purpose. So please make sure that you're paying these bills on time. That's your water bill, your electric bill, your gas bill, even your cell phone bill. You can have that reported to your credit bureau, but make sure that this is something that you're paying on time. Tip number 3 is a good one. You can get a secured credit card. You can get a secured line of credit. Discover, if you were to go this route, 3 companies that I would recommend that is really good with this. Number 1 is Discover. Discover is amazing. Discover is an amazing company when it comes to helping you establish credit. I recently helped somebody out with this. They got a secured secured credit card with Discover, and I think the minimum was $100. And I think after 90 days, 90 days, they sent that $100 back to the person. So they sent the $100 back to the person, and it rolled over to an unsecured line of credit. So that's another way that you can establish a credit score if you don't have any credit history. Number two would be Capital One. Capital One is amazing. That's how I got started with credit. I didn't have a secured line of credit. Capital One took a chance on me and gave me an unsecured line of credit in the amount of $500, and I had that $500, and I was so proud of myself for getting it without any help. And I think like every year they gradually increase the credit limit. The reason I got rid of that Capital One credit card was because they were charging an annual fee. And I just couldn't see myself paying a company to have their credit card. So I went ahead and canceled that credit card once I got established. But while I was in the process of getting established, I paid that annual fee. And I think it was $49 a year. It's not a whole lot of money, but I saw that there were other companies that I did not have to pay an annual fee. So it made sense to me to go with those other companies since I had a credit score, and it was a pretty decent credit score at the time. And number 3 would be Citibank. Citibank is great as well. I've never had a secured credit line with Citibank, but I do have credit cards with Citibank, and Citibank is awesome. They have a plethora of credit cards that you can choose from. So those are the 3 companies: Discover, Capital One, and Citibank. I would recommend you trying one of those 3 if you want a secured line of credit, or you can try to go for an unsecured line of credit. Take your chances and see if they'll give that to you. But that's tip number 3 on how to get credit whenever a credit score when you don't have any credit history. Tip number 4 would be to apply for a store credit card. Those credit cards are really easy to get. I would just recommend trying maybe your favorite store. My favorite store happens to be Target. My favorite store happens to be Target. I don't have a Target card. Because it is my favorite store, I don't have a Target card. But stores like Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, Loft, and Taylor, those stores you can try to get those department store credit cards. Their credit criteria is not as high, so you probably would qualify for one of those, and they might start you out low with something like $300. But hey, you have a credit card that can help you establish credit. Just make sure you're using it responsible. I can't stress that enough. Responsible. Tip number 5, and this is my last tip, is that if you are renting an apartment or a house, you can request to have those rental payments reported to the credit bureau. Companies that are good with that are 2 companies that I know of, and that's rentalkarma.com and rentreporters.com. And just make sure whenever you Google those companies, you look at reviews, you make sure you're going to the official site, and they can help you get those rental payments reported to your credit bureau. Those are the 5 tips I have for you today. Please leave any comments down below that you might have for me. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!